There it is, green light. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me over the internet? Wow. I'm so excited everybody's joining us, guys. Look where we are. I don't know if you can tell. We are in New York City this is Central Park. Hi, Tree. Where I live I live in the Hudson Valley. Where I live, it's only just barely. We're barely starting to see some spring growth, but I'm so excited. Look at this. I'm like, hi, spring. You're so beautiful. Can I just fluff? I want to fluff your hair. You're looking fabulous. We're gonna fluff that. We're just gonna do a little bit of twirl. I'm gonna be like I'm like your mother or something. I'm just gonna clean you up a little. You're just so beautiful. I just want to you're adorable. Guys, I've got Easter eggs for us. Oh my God, there we go. Little Easter eggs with prizes in them. There's jokes and riddles and actual facts about Easter eggs, movie Easter eggs. And also we have in here prizes. We got to find these Easter eggs because I've got a few flash donations to charities that we're going to make today. We tried to pick charities that are sort of riffing on the theme of rebirth and, new beginnings. For example, Habitat for Humanity is one of them. So we need your help to find the Easter eggs. We're going to do 2 Easter egg hunts, one at 7:30ish and one at 8:30ish, so that if you miss the first one, you can, get the second one. So if you know people who like a good mysterious egg hunt and who wants to see the prize. So Central Park, from what I understand, is over 800 acres big. It's a huge park. I know so many of you, for those of you who are watching who are total Central Park experts, please feel free to chime in. At no point am I saying, ultimately what I am is just a person taking a morning walk who enjoys travel. That's really, I don't claim to be anything except just a person, just trying to take a nice Sunday morning walk, and take a few of you with me who might need a break, who might want a break from the crazy weeks you may have had. So I enjoy researching stuff to try to bring to you guys, but feel free, please, to drop in those facts that you know. But from what I understand, Central Park is over 800 acres big, a huge park in New York City. I understand it's actually the 5th largest park in New York City. I'm not sure what the other ones are that are bigger, so if you guys know those and want to throw them in the comments to help us all learn, feel free, but we can just know for now too that it's the 5th largest park. Here in Manhattan, right, a long time ago, originally when it was just, forest, which is kind of hard to, it's breathtaking to think about, right? How much has been built up in this city over the centuries. But way back in the beginning, I want to acknowledge, of course, the Lenape people. The Lenape people were the indigenous people who lived on this island, which I understand they originally called Mannahatta. And then the Dutch came over, right, in the 1600s, and things began to change from there. And I always like to encourage reading of the history of how the Europeans interacted with the Native Americans in this area, because while at large, of course, there was essentially the tragic displacement, there are lots of little interesting stories based on where you are about how things actually went. There was displacement in this area, of course, over time as they negotiated their business deals, but really were sort of slowly pushing the indigenous folks out. But other places, like in Rockland County, the indigenous folks and Europeans actually created certain alliances and eventually got married to one another and created an integrated community. So all throughout this part of the world, in the Hudson Valley, I think it's interesting to read the history to understand a lot of the different things that were happening. And Sebastian, thank you for adding. It was renamed New Amsterdam when the Dutch arrived. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for contributing I love it. We're learning together. In fact, I feel New York City is so interesting to me as a microcosm for the macrocosm, because at no point, I saw someone's comment earlier about how they feel like the world may be falling apart, and, it's not untrue, but that there's so much happening right now. But when I think back over history, right, I think it is an interesting question. How do we approach life? Especially if we're, on the younger side, even on the older side, it's it's so interesting to think about history because I think it invites us to really think about our approach, because the world is a bit of everything, and it's a bit of everything kind of all the time. What was it like to live during the Civil War? What was it like to live during the American Revolution when for a certain time there was just no government? I mean, as crazy as things may feel right now, you know, what was it like to wake up and hear that, like, there's just no government today? We're going to reform it, guys. You know, I don't know if any of us, or very few of us maybe, in this country may truly understand what a statement like that feels like. So where am I going with this? When I think about New York City, I feel like it contains so much. It's such a compact, interesting place to think about, you know, the sad things, the powerful things, the joyful things. Like when I look at these buildings, on the one hand, right, it makes me think about, it makes me think about, on the one hand, yes, there were Native people who were displaced, and I have a lot of feelings about that. It also makes me think about the amazingness of human ingenuity, right, in the design and construction of these buildings. You know, it also makes me think about invention and technology. I feel like I get such a rush of mixed feelings about all of these things, and it can be easy to get overwhelmed, too, about how to feel. Does anybody know what kind of trees these are? I never remember the names of these kinds of trees. These are one of my favorite springtime trees. And I see Lori, oh, you're somebody that grew up in Canada. Oh, you grew up in New York and you miss it and you're in Canada. Well, I hope this can give you a small flavor. Like if you're enjoying hanging out with us, you're certainly welcome to stay if it's enjoyable for you. It's like I pass a tree like this and I'm like, I would feel so sad. This is just me. I'm like I would like to be there for it all. I'd like to help people who need help right now. Stand up for the things that need to be stood up for, but take the time to enjoy the trees. Because what's it all for, dealing with the problems? I don't know. We don't have to soapbox for too long, though. I'm just like, look at this beautiful...
Also, people are asking, people are saying to me, not very good flowers, so all of the comments...
Oh, yes, right. I'm sorry, can my flowering and tree and garden folks help us out? What is the name of this tree? I know I've looked it up in the past. I always forget. I'm lingering on it so long because it's one of my absolute favorites. I'm just astounded not only at new spring growth, but with these trees, right? First they flower and then they go into the leaves. Like, what a remarkable, like, it's just, nature is so unbelievable, right? Nature's got taste, nature's got style. Magnolia, hiker guy, yes, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Or we could just look at the placard.
Oops, this is how we're not awake. Or we could just look at the placard. It's a saucer magnolia. So, all right, we're going to enter Central Park. I feel like, let's use our imaginations. If you could enter Central Park as something, like if we could go back in time, do you want to pretend to be like, you know, an 1870s, you know, lady in your gown? Are you a gentleman in your top hat with your cane? Are you like a dinosaur? I don't know. You can come here however you want. I have a little fantasy of like someday I would like to go back in time and walk through this park definitely dressed as like a Victorian business lady who's like maybe secretly running a like magical shop. Kind of like I have some sort of like franchise of Ollivanders in Harry Potter over here for people or something. I don't know.
New York branch.
Pookie, you're gonna be a squirrel as you enter Central Park? I love it. Maybe they're pigeons that just all want to be on TikTok. They're like, I think somebody might be streaming. And so they're all like secretly lining up behind us. Or they're getting ready to pull a Hitchcockian prank on us. We will find out. They're like, we're here to do a movie impression. That's what it is. They're playing charades with us, right? That's what the birds, okay, that's what I'm imagining right now. The birds are playing charades with us. What film are we?
Hey. Yeah, if there were more lines, it could be like musical notes.
That's right. If there were only like 2 more lines, like they might be playing a tune.
That's like early, like post-news sheet music with like 2 lines there, I guess.
That's smart, Mr. Jeff. Like, because I feel like they could be, if we were playing charades, they could be the birds.
Yeah, totally.
It could be the Sesame Street movie Follow That Bird, but then I don't know which to follow.
Know those two.
Bee Whittles, you're absolutely right. We will stay out from underneath that area.
Wouldn't mind being able to transform at will, though, so we'll start as a pigeon.
You could be a shape-shifting, kind of like Laszlo in What We Do in the Shadows. Like
no,
you could
be Laszlo. I'm Laszlo.
You're just Laszlo. Okay.
Except it's daylight, but we're just gonna. I've got sunblock on. We're good.
Perfect. Look at these little babies. And again, feel free if you know the names of trees, although maybe we can be looking for labels now. Oh, let's take. Oh, hi, baby. Goodbye.
Apples.
I've got lots of facts. Just you stay tuned if we're looking for movie facts. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let me take us over. Look at how beautiful this is. Let's run to the top of the terrace and it will give us a snow pan. Here we come. Oh, ready? Nice deep breath for a beautiful slow pan. Doghouse, good morning. Huayang, we are in Central Park at the Bethesda Fountain in New York City. Oh, I'm so excited to be back here.
So many dogs, like, okay, one of them's going for a dip.
Right? Can we just talk about the happy dog right now that is splashing around in the fountain? I didn't even think of that, right? I'd love to be a happy dog living in New York City. Look at these little buddies. Oh, goodness. Sending you all boopable baby puppy pictures.
Yeah, don't dive in the fountain. Oh, Jenny Diane Art said, I'll be there for you. Fun trivia fact, though. Where's that fountain in the intro to Friends?
Okay, so for those of you, this is...
a little tricky.
It's so interesting to me. So, right, I wish they had filmed here. I'm not sure why they didn't, or maybe across... I don't know anything about the story. I'm going to do another slow pan here. Again, if you're just joining us, we're exploring Central Park in New York City. We are not familiar with it. Just having fun looking around and learning the history. You'd think, Ms. Kelly, that this is the fountain from the Friends TV show, but it is not. The fountain from the introduction of the Friends TV show actually is in California. That fountain in the famous Friends intro is in California, and it actually has its own cinema history. For example, that same fountain where the Friends all splashed around was also featured in a few episodes of the TV show The Monkees, like Davy Jones and the Monkees. Like, there are a few episodes where they can be seen clowning around there. Like, there were a few different sitcoms throughout the decades that were filmed at that California fountain. Brat, what is Jeff wearing today? Brat, these are the important facts. So Jeff has his Easter bonnet on.
I've got my scarf, I've got my long john.
Right.
You can't see, I've got my dress coat, I've got smartphone gloves.
Working the Yodocities. Although I'm looking at the time, Mr. Jeff, should we have our first Easter egg hunt right here at Bethesda Fountain?
I mean, I suppose. I'm trying to think.
So again, looking at the architecture. So while Jeff is hiding the eggs, I thought I might share with us some history of this particular part of Central Park. Again, we are at Bethesda Fountain. Look at this enchanting courtyard. Oh, Jenny, what a sweet comment. Gosh, for those of you who enjoy, yes, of course, we're happy. We're celebrating you with you. We're behind everybody this morning, whatever holidays you may be celebrating, or if you're just somebody who feels joyful about springtime or just feels like you want to be here. We celebrate you guys and we're behind you. Off we go. And Jeff has hidden 6 eggs here at Bethesda Fountain in Central Park. We are now officially on an Easter egg hunt, guys. In the comments, if you feel like you see an egg, they look like little carrots, bunnies, and yellow chickadees. We're looking for something yellow, kind of clear, or orangey. Does anybody see any? Uh-oh, I think I might see something. I don't know. That's a cup? Okay, that's not an Easter egg. Okay. I doubt you hid them in the water, right, Mr. Jeff?
No, I didn't hide them.
Oh, look at this glorious tree reflected in the water. As we keep our eyes peeled for little Easter eggs, we'll take in the scenery here. There's some scenery right there. But that's... I think we found one. If we found an Easter egg! Right? Be the Vanna White by Pat Sajak. What have we won? Our first Easter egg prize on our Easter egg hunt. That's, oh my God. It's shattering.
Okay. Oh,
It pulls apart, yeah.
all right. Joke time.
Oh, we want a joke?
Yes.
We want a joke. What is the joke, Mr. Jeff?
Where do bunnies hang out? Where do bunnies hang out?
Oh, what do you guys think? What do you think? Where do bunnies hang out?
Where do bunnies hang out?
It's our first prize is the silly joke. Where do bunnies hang out, Mr. Jeff?
Oh, ready?
I think we're ready.
They hang out at the hair salon.
The hair salon. Oh my God. So this fountain, right, was built. It's one of the largest fountains in New York City. Not the largest, but one of the largest. It's the only sculpture in New York City to have been commissioned as part of Central Park's original design. This sculpture, just to pause for a second as we continue to look for the Easter eggs, unless other people are like picking them up. So as you can see here with this statue, just to kind of show you what it is we're seeing, we have an angel here with little sort of cherubim on the bottom. And according to this statue is actually, it has a name. It's called Angel of the Waters, and it's made in bronze. And the little folks at the bottom here, the little cherubim, are meant to represent the virtues of health, purity, temperance, and peace. Health, purity, temperance, and peace. The angel is holding, did I write down exactly what kind of plant she's holding? She's holding a plant that's meant to be a blessing. She has her hand extended. I'll try to get a different angle on that so we can see as we're looking for the Easter eggs. She has her hand extended, and what she's doing is actually blessing this water. And the reason for this fountain, the fountain was built to actually celebrate an aqueduct that was built here in the 19th century as fresh water was routed into New York City. As we explore the Hudson Valley, oh gosh, James, thank you for the kite. Gosh, thank you. The designer, by the way, of this statue was a woman. Her name was Emma Stebbins. Emma Stebbins designed this very statue in 1868 and was commissioned in the 1870s, dedicated in the 1870s. She was the first woman to get a commission for a major piece of art in New York City. John chapter 5, verses 2-4. References a passage in the Bible about Bethesda in Jerusalem, a place that was a healing fountain. So she was invoking biblical imagery of healing fountains in order to provide a blessing to the city. Was someone trying to pick up the Easter egg that you left?
Quite possibly.
Oh no!
Which might be something as a hint.
I think we might see another one here. Mr. Jeff, what have we won?
Did you know?
Did we know?
In the 80s movie, The Never-Ending Story, there is a scene where like all the gods or whatever are kind of like
the whole land has gathered. Like if you guys are familiar with the 80s movie The Never-Ending Story, we know that the part of the problem in the movie is that the leader of the land, the childlike empress, is fallen ill. And so everybody, like all the great healers from all over the land at the beginning of the film, have gathered at her palace. But there's blink and you miss it cameos in that scene. E.T., C-3PO, there's Yoda in The Never-Ending Story.
C-3PO.
C-3PO, E.T. is behind C-3PO.
Oh yeah, and it's hard to see in this, oh my goodness.
It's okay, we can just name some of them.
Here, you can barely see it, that's Mickey Mouse, or Mikey Mouse, as they were labeled.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca is...
I think at the foot next to Mickey Mouse.
At the foot next to Mickey Mouse?
But in this scene, if you look online, as you can see, right, there's Yoda's. It's sort of faint in this photo, but Yoda's in there. So there are these, and Gumby is in here.
E.T. is back there behind C-3PO.
Kelly Horn, you never caught that, right? So E.T.,
go.
there we go, fiction so real. There's E.T. and C-3PO. It's. I know this is a blurry photo.
Oh yeah, and at the bottom here, those are Ewoks.
Oh, right, there are Ewoks there. As we transition from our Easter egg hunt, which I'm so grateful for your participation in, maybe let yourself notice that this is a moment where you are very safe. If you need the rest, if you need the respite, there is nothing happening in this moment except for joyful little doggies, pretty blue skies, a safe and silly group of people in the comments, and you and I. Your worries and concerns will definitely be there when you need to return to them, with all due respect for them. If you need it, take a moment to just put them down. Draw in a nice set of deep breaths for yourself. And if you like, and it may bring up some emotions, but if you like, put your hand on your heart. And I'd like to send a little prayer for your wellness. I'd like to notice the complex and deep-feeling person that I am sure is you. All you've worried about this week, all you've worked for, all you've thought about, all you've witnessed that you're trying to digest, all the decisions you're trying to make. I hope you give yourself some credit for the strength and the journey, because we give you credit. We do. And I don't mean to sound cutesy or pandering or patronizing with that. I think for a lot of us, right, there's just a lot going on. So if you need to hear it, we just send you some love. And I hope you make that room for yourself. It's not that you're not strong enough, it's that the world is really overwhelming right now. Take the rest that you need. Be with this moment if you need it. And breathe. Let the oxygen nourish your body. You've done well. You've made it this far. And if you've made mistakes this week, that's part of life. That's okay. You're going to learn from them. And you're going to do things for yourself differently. Like, don't worry, you'll learn. We all learn. I make mistakes too. And they make me feel in my heart too. I get sad and I get frustrated with myself when I make mistakes. But that's part of life. And we can forgive ourselves when we're ready and forgive one another. So if you need to forgive yourself for something, you go right ahead if it feels right. And just keep breathing. Just keep breathing and enjoying. Let yourself have a new beginning today if you wish to. No pressure. I love the line from Anne of Green Gables, the books, when they say, "Tomorrow is always fresh with no mistakes in it yet." It's okay to let yourself learn and have new beginnings, if you need them. So continuing to breathe. Breathe in. Sometimes when I meditate, I like to think about breathing in the energies of everything I see around me. Breathe in the joy of the blooming flowers. Breathe in the blueness of the sky. Breathe in the ripples, the healthy ripples of the water. Let nature come into you. You can even touch the screen if you like, if touch helps you connect with things. Put your finger on that screen. Even if you need a helping hand, you could put your finger on mine if you need somebody. And just breathe for a minute and breathe in the nature and the stillness. Yeah. All right, let's take some final deep breaths. Letting yourself come back into your moment, into your present space, wherever that is. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, feel your tushy wherever it's laying or seated. Ground yourself in where you are. If you've closed your eyes, go ahead and open them. And let's continue on our Central Park journey. What do you think, Mr. Jeff?
Yeah.
All right. And they are in public, so I'm just going to steal a little view. There is a bride and groom right there. I don't mean to put people on camera who don't mean to be on camera on this live stream.
But they're being a little high profile.
But, right, it's slightly high profile here in Central Park. So I just, for those of you who enjoy such romantic things, we have a couple getting their wedding photography. I won't put their faces on camera. How's that? That'll be my compromise. We'll just get them from the back. How lovely. I wish them the best. Guys, do you want to secretly? Okay. I'm just going to film from the backs of them. Should we say like a secret prayer? Whatever, you don't have to. But let's send this like, "Hi, happy couple, we see you." And I want to say, like, this is my little finger. I'm just going to put a little blessing of happiness over you both. May both of you find courage and safety and shelter with one another. Like, marriage ain't easy. May you just find the courage and love for one another. Find it within yourselves. May you grow together. May you just have happiness and glorious health together. I don't mean to touch you. Just a little blessing on the couple getting married there. Secretly, we'll just wish them happy prayers. Look at him, he's keeping her warm. What a sweet couple. Baby, let's go to the castle. And then we'll double back. Yeah! Right? Guys, if we see a castle in the distance, I think we gotta check it out, right? What the heck castle is this? Hi, doggy. And I don't really know this one. I think I read that there's a castle here called Belvedere Castle. Oh, this is it! Let's see what the heck this is. We're walking uphill and everything. Guys, I totally feel like we're back in Peekskill with the Wizard of Oz, right? Linking arms. I'm feeling like we're the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion, and we're approaching. We did something like, we have found the castle at the center of the ramble. Or maybe this is like Labyrinth. Maybe we're gonna meet David Bowie. And we have discovered, we're not the first, but we have discovered Belvedere Castle here in Central Park. Still kind of home to us here at this channel. At least in that movie. Let's see what Belvedere Castle is. What is this? Belvedere Castle Visitor Center. And by the way, coming up is our second Easter egg hunt for the morning. So don't you go anywhere. Let's see here. Belvedere Castle, built in 1872, restored in 2019. Restoration of the Belvedere was made possible through the generous support of the Thompson Family Foundation. Interesting. Built in 1869, we have 1872 and 1869. Built in 1869 as a lookout. There's this guy here. Let's see here. Built in 1869 as a lookout, it now houses the New York Meteorological Observatory, which was founded in 1868 by Dr. Daniel Draper, who was its director, until his retirement in 1912, at which time the observatory came under the direction of the United States Weather Bureau. Guys, we are looking at a castle dedicated to the sky. To the weather, I suppose, really. Isn't that interesting? We found a meteorological center. Sebastian, it's like a tiny castle, right? It's like a tiny little mighty castle about weather. Oh gosh, guys. Ready for the pan. Another good slow pan here. Thank you so much for the follows, folks. I appreciate, if you're enjoying today's live stream, I appreciate the follows as we build the community, first of all, because there is a lovely group of people here. And if you're looking for friends, it's like, never mind me. If you're looking for friends, this is a lovely place to meet folks. I have been so touched by the beautiful people I have met here. Deanna, I love that you're throwing down some facts. There's been about 5 movies filmed at Belvedere Castle. Which ones are you seeing? No pressure to further elaborate, but if you care to share, that's just the kind of facts we love collaborating on here. We know at Bethesda Fountain earlier where we were standing, it was where The Avengers was filmed, and Elf was filmed, and Enchanted was filmed, right? So what was filmed here? Mev and Deep Thought, you're very kind. I'm so glad you're enjoying yourself here. We're glad to have you here as well. Right, Kelly Horn? There are some really lovely characters here in this community. I mean, and as I say, I encourage you guys to push each other's buttons and see each other's profiles and check out each other's creative work. Eileen is a wonderful artist. Eileen MJC, Eugenius, again, a writer in Ohio. Lise, Mother of Goats. If you love watching lovely people and their big hearts care for sweet little animals, check out Mother of Goats. Bizarre Explorer, obviously, who is an excellent travel vlogger in their own right. Look at this beautiful place, guys. Attorney John, you're so sweet. So yeah, definitely be checking each other out. Oh, I think Jeff is taking... Are you hiding eggs? Are you ready? Should we hunt some Easter eggs? Tell me if you're ready to hunt some Easter eggs. And these are sort of secular, non-denominational, happy spring eggs. We celebrate. Let's go, Bizarre Explorer. Let's go hunt some Easter eggs. Or little... Ah! Do you guys... It's a wild one. It's a wild Easter egg. We got it, guys. We got it. Oh, no. Oh. We got it. We got it. We found ourselves a little bunny egg. Right before they all blow away. Mr. Jeff, what have we won? Jen, well played. He's late for a very important date. Well played.
how does a bee brush its hair?
Oh, we got a joke. All right, guys, what do you think? And you can write your own punchline in the comments. User guideline friendly, please. But
so, how does a bee brush his hair?
How does a bee brush his hair? All these jokes are riffing on the theme of springtime. How does a bee brush his hair? What do we think?
Yeah, anyone got any guesses?
Oh, Jen is saying with a honeycomb.
With a honeycomb.
With a honeycomb. Boom. How does a bee brush his hair with a honeycomb? Sorry, that's out of focus. Oh, all good. It's. And again, if you're just joining us, we are at Belvedere Castle in Central Park in New York City, a place I have never been before, which is apparently built in the 19th century and really a meteorological studies center.
Is that the case?
Do you guys see it? Anybody see the Easter egg? I think we found one. Bye there, Trina. We did it. We found another one.
Right? So, whatever this thing is.
What did we win, Mr. Jeff?
Is it a pineapple?
I think it's supposed to be a carrot.
It's a carrot.
It's the Easter pineapple. You're not aware
I'm not familiar
of the Easter pineapple? Easter, by the way, I enjoyed learning the fact that Easter comes from, the word Easter. Although it's used by so many people in a Christian context today, that word Easter, or Aoster, I think it's pronounced a couple of different ways, comes from this, basically Ostara, if you celebrate that pagan, or Wiccan Sabbath. The Venerable Bede, this Christian monk back in the 8th century, wrote down this documentation of apparently a fertility goddess that was celebrated. And that's the word Easter, where we get that. So eggs and Easter go together because of the pagan roots of the holiday, which is just like random fun fact, thanks to a Christian monk who wrote that down. Isn't that weird? Interesting, right?
Very complicated history.
Meanwhile, what did we win, Mr. Jeff?
Okay,
the Arbor Mango, Rick? Yeah, that's right. Lisa, Ostara and the word Easter are connected. The Arbor Mango. This is the Easter pineapple, everybody. The Easter pineapple under the sea, which brings us to SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes. So this is a riddle.
We won a riddle. Okay, guys, here is our Easter riddle.
So,
What do we think?
I am a bow that cannot be tied.
Ooh, that's it. I am a bow that cannot be tied. What am I? And the hint here is where we did all this in the theme of springtime. I am a bow that cannot be tied. What am I?
What could that possibly be? I have no idea at all anymore.
Sebastian, in Swedish, the word for Easter is completely different. Is it? I know in other countries, the holiday gets referred to as like Pascha or Pasquale or something like that. Like there are different, iterations in the different languages related, I think, from the Hebrew name for Passover. Like in the lamb, like the idea of like paschal sacrifice. I don't know if that's in Sebastian, if you're willing to teach us, I'd be curious what the name this holiday would be called in Sweden. Oh, wait, we got some. I am a bow that cannot be tied. What am I? Mighty Quinn says rainbow. Oh, Tree W says violin bow. That's interesting. Stones fan says rainbow. I think you guys are nailing it, right?
Yes.
Officially rainbow, but I love that you guys are coming up with other qualifying answers, like a violin bow, like a musical bow. That's really good.
Right? Super cute.
Raymundo, you're heading out? Thank you so much for coming. Happy Easter to you. A beau, Rick says, like B-E-A-U, like a boyfriend or something.
What about tying?
Rick, you're sassy. I love it.
What if you're tying the knot, though? Then that bow is getting tied, no?
Well done. I am a bow that cannot be tied. What am I? You guys are smart. I love it. The Watcher in the house. How are you? Thank you for the Easter eggs. Good job, guys. I see that you saw it. Nice job. This is another Easter pineapple.
The term Easter egg for movies and media was coined in 1979 by Steve Wright, a director at Atari. The game adventure.
Okay. Did you guys know that? So the term, when we say, oh, there's an Easter egg in that movie or TV show, it was that term, we're looking for the Easter eggs in the movies. It came from this director working at Atari video games back in 1979.
Yeah, I believe, I think the lore behind it was that back then, Atari didn't want to list, game developers' names for fear of headhunting and competition. So
Right.
they wouldn't let anyone, get a credit by name. But this guy kind of resented that, so he basically hid a screen in one of his games
Right.
that had, directed by so-and-so. And that's like one of the first ever Easter eggs.
First, like, Easter egg in, like, movies, TVs, video games. So in 1979, this guy, Steve Wright, a director at Atari, in the game, it's literally just called Adventure. This is the very first Easter egg stashed. It's a credit. As you can see, it's credited. It's a credit to one of the creators of the game.
Yeah, created by...
It's like Robert something? You can look this up on Wikipedia. I know it's accessible, but this is what it looks like. Like, if you look in the Atari game, it's the first sort of secret stash of information. So we're warmer, colder. Let's just squish Jeff for fun. You know. Guys, see it? Oh, we did it! We found one! We did it! We got you! We outsmarted you! It is totally Pokemon, right? Dragonfly. Oh, we have a little chickadee egg. What have we won? Hi 780-8811, how are you? If you're just tuning in, we personally have stashed Easter eggs around Belvedere Castle for you guys to find. I think we're on almost our last one.
And we have Flash donation.
Flash charity donation. What charity have we unlocked here?
It is $5 to Team Rubicon.
$5 to Team Rubicon today. Again, that is a nonprofit in the United States where military veterans then volunteer their time to assist with their expertise and experience to help with natural disasters as supplementary help. Rick Razzle1955, I want to thank you for introducing us to that charity. Well done, guys. As we're in dramatic tension here. The last Easter egg. Oh, we got another one on the run. We found him. We found him. He's like, I'm over here. I'm over here. The last Easter egg. Let's come back up the stairs here.
And it is a Flash donation.
Flash donation, $15 to Habitat for Humanity. Nice job, guys. We have unlocked a total of, I believe, $25 worth of donations to charity. I wish it was $1 million. We just donate what's within our budget to be able to donate, of course. And I encourage that for all of us, right? Like, in these crazy, stressful times, if you want, like, find ways, like, if you wish to, find ways to help that you can help, that don't exhaust you one way or another, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. We have to balance to be able to fight the next thing, right? Like, oh my gosh. So I just want to say thank you all for doing this Easter egg hunt with us today.
Yes.
You are fantastic and fun and silly and hilarious, and we hope you enjoyed it. And Jeff is giving us fireworks.
Congratulations on the Easter egg hunt.
Tree W, your daughter lives in a Habitat house. That's really wonderful to know. There are your fireworks. Victory Easter. Let me get the glare off there.
Oh my God, there's so much glare.
Here, hold still. There we go. Fireworks, victory fireworks for all of you for being great Easter egg hunters. Oh, a brat. Thank you for that idea. I mean, we have plenty of April still left to go to know that April is Autism Month. So I actually, in real life, I have two jobs. I run a private practice doing counseling for folks, mental health counseling as a social worker. But then I have another part-time job where I actually work for an agency out of the capital region of New York that serves people with autism and intellectual disabilities. I teach them about the birds and the bees and social skills and relationship skills so they can have happy, healthy lives with that, online safety skills, that kind of thing. So autism is a near and dear cause to my heart as well. So Brad, I love your suggestion, but there are so many, right? That's another thing. There can be, sometimes I feel like charity fatigue is like a thing. There's like so many places that need assistance and help. I think, learning like you're pacing with that. Like, you're not a bad person if you don't have like $1 million to donate to every single charity that ever lived, right? Like, I'm going to say that here. Like, there's 7.5 billion people on the planet. My belief is that we all should be working together, and like, we're one person who can do a lot, but it's also okay to think, what are my boundaries? What are the things that are important to me? Just if we're all doing good in different ways, then it's going to add up to the whole thing. So I hope, I encourage you to take action that you feel you need to take, but to remember too, it's okay to balance that action, because there's only one precious one of you, and you are worth taking care of too. Right? So I just want to say to everybody, like happy holidays. If you are celebrating holidays this weekend, if you are recently celebrating some of the pagan sabbats, like whatever it is you may be celebrating this season, happy Easter to those of you who celebrate, happy Passover. And if you are just, celebrating spring, I hope you have a happy day. We just send our best wishes to all of you. I hope you just remember how precious you are, and take care of yourselves this week. And remember, as you're working through everything, what it is we're fighting for. Like we send you prayers for your wellness, for your well-being, for your mental health support, and just prayers as you navigate all your personal challenges and these big challenges in the world we're facing right now. We're going to do it together. Yeah. We love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. We hope you have just a blessed day, no matter who you are and what you're celebrating. Do you want to say anything, baby? I don't mean not to have you. I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
Great.
I'm like,
I'm tired too. You're doing great.
But I want to say, should we say, thank you, Mr. Jeff.
Thank you for joining
Jeff
us.
did extra legwork today for us. I want to thank Mr. Jeff especially for running around and hiding those eggs for us, and helping with all these things.
Well, I had fun. It's fun trying to sneak stuff around on you there. I just love it, it's just like you're kind of doing something, and then by the time
He's
you
so
turn
silly.
around, you have like a little scavenger.
Good egg, this one, and good eggs here all around. I'm sending little finger hearts to all of you guys. You are the bestest. Hearts. And I love you, 38, almost 39,000. I love you, 39,000 likes. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.